Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general message for the sign of Taurus. This could be Taurus anywhere in your birth chart. Cross-watchers, you're welcome as well, but everybody please always trust your discernment whenever accepting messages and only take what resonates with you in your particular situation and drop what does not. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information on how to book one is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all, we're going to get into this message for you, Taurus. We're going to begin with the dice. It's going to get loud for a moment, so I do apologize. Universe, what is going on in Taurus energy, and what is it that Taurus needs to know at this time? We have the Six of Swords, the Hierophant, you guys are showing up, dead center, and we have the Queen of Cups sideways. I feel like there has been a moment here where you guys have chosen peace. You've chosen to leave someone or some place behind, something here that I feel like you were not really given much of an option. You realize that somebody here was unwilling to compromise. And this has something to do with compromising. You didn't want to compromise your values and your morals here. We have the King of Pentacles sideways. This could definitely be somebody here who may have presented themselves to be some kind of big shot. They might have presented themselves to be stable. But in all actuality, I feel like they were a little bit more dependent on you and they were unwilling to compromise. This is definitely somebody here who has very questionable business practices, and doesn't even have to come to business. This has to do with somebody who is very questionable when it comes to the contracts that they keep. Somebody here who, this could definitely be an older person, somebody here who is probably lacking a little bit of life experience. This is given the energy of maybe you were dealing with somebody here who was maybe spoon-fed throughout their life, somebody here who was maybe a little bit entitled, and somebody here who was really had a difficult time accepting the answer no. I feel like you've decided to move on from that situation. You're like, you know what? Somebody here is never going to change their ways. They're never going to compromise. And this is somebody here who only puts in the work when there's something in it for them. There's somebody who is not going to go out of their way to do the right thing for everybody involved. This could be also somebody here who's a little flashy, somebody here who's focused on looks and appearances with this King of Pentacles sideways. I mean, he's not upright and he's not reversed, so I don't think it's so extreme, but this is somebody here who you realize is different than you. Or a place that, or it could even be like a workplace, a place that is not aligning with your core values. Either way, we have the Hierophant here in the center. The Hierophant is some kind of leader. You could be stepping into some kind of leadership position here, and I feel like you were maybe dealing with somebody here who didn't like your authority or the fact that you held authority over yourself. Something here about your faith and your spirituality really, I feel like it bothered somebody. It kind of giving me the energy of like, oh, they were thinking that Taurus is like a little goody two-shoes. Yeah, Justice in the reverse. Somebody here knows that what they were doing was wrong. They were doing something unjust. They were tipping the scales in their favor here, and maybe you've received some kind of guidance here to move on, to choose peace, to put yourself first. We have the Queen of Cups sideways, but she looks like she's getting ready to come in. So it's like you've been in this period here where you were trying to fill your own cup. And part of filling your own cup is trusting in your own intuition. Excuse me. We also have the Knight of Cups here sideways. I feel like you're deciding to move with faith, knowing that you're going to be taken care of. I feel like you've been waiting for something a little too long here. Maybe you've given somebody too much time. And maybe that's what you're realizing. You're like, you know what? I've given somebody more than enough time, more than enough space, ample opportunity. to come around and see things my way, but they're not. And part of moving on and part of fixing the injustice is realizing, you know what? There are some things that I can't change, but the only thing that I can change is myself. I can change what I decide to do, what I decide to invest in. We also have the Hermit here. You guys could be even in this period here where you're doing a little bit of soul searching, where you're getting to know yourself better. I feel like somebody here was able to maybe... I don't want to say like use you against you, but like nitpick at certain insecurities that you may have had. And maybe you caught on to that real quick. Because the King of Pentacles sideways this way, somebody here who has lost their value, in a way. I feel like they were trying to use things against you. And part of this Hermit Queen of Cups energy is like, you know what, let me get to the root core, let me get to the root cause of those insecurities. Maybe, what did I even see in this person in the first place that allowed me to be attracted to this, or allowed me to accept the treatment that I was given? This could be family member, friend, lover, workplace, business partner. Why did I even accept this, and why did I even see that this was good? And what about this did it cause me to not see these red flags? There's like this hesitation here where it's like somebody here wanted you to like question yourself. The moment I tapped into this energy, I feel like I'm like stumbling over my words. It's given me a level of somebody wanted you to need them. And maybe at one point you felt like you did. We have strong Libra, Virgo energy here. I have Taurus here as well. Yeah, somebody here was able to tap into your fear and use your own fear against you. But to me, the fear is just the devil's work. We have the Nine of Wands sideways, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Strength card reversed. I feel like you're trying to plant new seeds here at this time, and you did. This new seed that you planted was you walking away, and it might be a little... You might not be able to see where this can go, but I feel like you're setting yourself up here for a better, more prosperous, more abundant future. Because you're deciding to no longer be overwhelmed by the pressure that somebody was putting on you, and it's giving me the energy of somebody wanting you to be something that you never were. And part of this wake-up call with this Six of Swords and choosing peace, Taurus, was you realizing that maybe this person never really knew me at all. They didn't know the real you. And maybe there's a part of you that was like, you know what, maybe I don't even know the real me. I don't know the full extent of myself. That's why this Hermit is here. This is going within and healing the things that maybe you were afraid of, the parts of you that maybe you were afraid of, those insecurities, so that way nobody else can use those against you. We do have this Ten of Wands here, so you're definitely reaching the end of the road of a heavy situation here that was really weighing you down, but you're crossing that finish line. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. You're definitely willing to put in the hard work. Eight of Pentacles with this Ace of Pentacles equals the Nine of Pentacles. You're headed towards independence, towards freedom, towards being able to stand on your own. It's like this energy here of like, you know what? I will never allow myself to ever be put in a position where I feel like I need someone. Or never being able to allow someone to put you in that energy where you feel like you can't stand on your own, or that you don't have the answers, or that you don't know what you're talking about. Somebody here was definitely manipulating you in a sense. It was very unjust. Actually, I want to grab these first. Universe, tell us more for Taurus, please. Tell us more for Taurus. We have wisdom, guilt, and impartiality. You had to take the emotions out of this whenever you had to make this decision in order to balance the scales back out. Something here about you acquiring wisdom. The situation has given you knowledge, and now you know how to apply that knowledge, and that's what wisdom is. I feel like you saw how somebody here was maybe abusing something here. They were abusing your kindness. Because here we have somebody who is slaving away, taking care of somebody else's laundry, right? Feeling stuck, feeling bound, with a halo over her head. We have like an earth angel here. And we have somebody here in the background. I don't know if you can see them. With that bottle of alcohol, not doing anything for themselves. Somebody wanted you to take care of them. This has... Wow. And we have perception. Maybe you felt like you needed to help or take care of this person, Taurus, because there was obviously some kind of bond, some kind of attachment there. And maybe you felt like you were doing the right thing. You were doing the nice thing because you're like, you know what, I need to help this person out. They're going through a tough time. But something here about the time that has surpassed throughout this, and you're like, all right, well, it's been... I just heard that song. It's been 6 months since you looked at, well, whatever. I don't know if it's been 6 months, a year, 2 years, however long it's been. You're like, all right, well, nothing seems to be changing. Like, you know, I'm trying to be encouraging. I'm trying to be uplifting. I'm trying to help this person, but it maybe part of this perception, this change is realizing that somebody here doesn't really want to help themselves. And this could even be somebody here who even used the lie a little bit, like, I just need a little bit of time to get back on my feet, and I know that you can help me do it. And you were like, okay, good, I have no problem doing that. But something here about you were putting in the work while they were just idly sitting by. This is a really deep energy here. Universe, tell us more. We have change. There is some kind of change that is coming. We have child and a false person. Somebody here is extremely immature. Somebody here is, excuse me, completely fake. Wearing a mask. Hiding their motives, and that's the King of Pentacles sideways when he's going this way. Somebody here is going downhill fast. This is somebody here who doesn't add to your life, but instead takes away. Universe, tell us more. Wow, we have courthouse. And we have courtship, lovers, and expectation. Wow. This is definitely some kind of someone here that you have a contract with, right? And not all soulmates are meant to be in our life forever. They're meant to teach us some sort of a lesson, whether that's the twin flame journey or whether that's somebody here being a soulmate, however you want to identify it. There's been a decision here that has been made. Somebody here has been found guilty. Guilty at maybe trying to use your own guilt by abusing whatever title that they thought that they had in your life, by having this expectation that you would be there for them, whether that's a family member, whether that's a friend, whether that's somebody here that you work with or work for. Somebody here has abused their privilege in your life and has taken you for granted. There's a lot of justice here, so some of y'all could have even had to, like, It's giving me the energy of somebody here is unwilling to compromise and they don't take no for an answer. Some of y'all could have even had to get a restraining order or even had to file charges. There could have even been theft here with that King of Pentacles sideways. Somebody could have literally been robbing from you. Universe, tell me more. It's giving me the energy of like there was a snake in the garden. We have a mature woman. Male or female, you are maturing, you are wising up. And we have adjudication. Adjudication is all about accountability. Holding somebody responsible for their actions. And people can only feel sorry for themselves for so long, right? Before people start feeling like they're being taken advantage of. We have thoughts, and then we have imprisonment. Somebody here could literally be going into prison, getting arrested, being caught. This could be physical prison or spiritual prison for what it is that they have done from you, for what it is that they have taken from you, for taking you for granted. Because like I said, you're moving on, and I don't feel like you're heading back. You're doing what is best for you, and you're like, you know what? As much as I have love for you, and it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like platonic or familial. It's like, it doesn't matter how much I feel for you. At the end of the day, what you have done was wrong. You abused my kindness. You have definitely wised up. There's an official person here. Huh. What was that one? A message. I didn't even realize that one flipped over. You're definitely going to be receiving a message here about something going in your favor because you did what was right. You did what was necessary. You did what you had to do in order to protect yourself. And I feel like also a part of this is like, I feel like you've been questioning yourself, like, why me? Why did I allow this to happen? And I feel like you're in the process of forgiving yourself because you didn't know what you didn't know. Some people here, especially the King of Pentacles sideways, they can put on a great facade, especially when you're that false person. People here are really great at putting on a mask and covering up their true intentions. This definitely made you wiser. And you're going to be receiving news about something going in your favor. This could definitely have to do with the court system, with the legal system. Look, and this guy has this message in his hand. There could even be an official person coming in to reach out to you to let you know some kind of news, some kind of information here. How somebody here is being caught. They're going to be held accountable. They're going to be held responsible. This is definitely somebody here, main female. There are multiple people here involved in this situation. I feel like they didn't only just do it to you, they did it to other people. And I feel like that was the final straw for you. This is very interesting. Hold on. We have the Six of Wands, so you are going to be victorious. You are going to be able to move on with this Temperance. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Or you could have this highly aspected in your chart. That you're taking the lead, taking the stand in some kind of way. Sorry, I needed to lower that light. It was giving me a headache. The Ten of Swords. Somebody never thought that they were going to get caught for this. And I also feel like this person doesn't have any remorse. This could even be somebody here that you let into your home because maybe they were going through a tough time and maybe that you like, all right, you can sleep on my couch, or I'll help you to help you get back on your feet, or until you are able to get back on your feet. But I feel like that never happened. That never transpired. There was so much time happening, and I feel like this person was secretly robbing and taking from you. Something here about even taking things and like pawning them, even like selling things slowly. Maybe you didn't realize why things just were suddenly going missing. And then we have that main female. I feel like when you express this to somebody else, and I feel like this was definitely somebody in your circle, or maybe you, for those of you, if this is like romantic, maybe you even got news from like one of their exes that was like, yeah, they did that to me too. It started off with small things. So this person has a pattern. There's been a recognized pattern. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles here for you. The Queen of Pentacles and the World reversed. With the Queen of Cups reversed. You know what? That fell out. I'm going to take it. This is somebody here who knows that you are highly blessed, highly abundant. Somebody here definitely did not want something to be over, so I definitely feel like they were just trying to milk something from you. Maybe they were even trying to use you in hopes that you would hide them or protect them and maybe take their side. Because I feel like, at the end of the day, I feel like maybe they did this to somebody else. Maybe they were already in legal trouble and you didn't even know about it. And then something here about you being added on to the case, or you being another victim of theirs in some kind of way. And maybe that's why this person's going to jail? Because you decided to no longer be quiet. I did start this off feeling very, very shaky, so maybe you were feeling very, very nervous. Something here about you didn't want to rock the boat. Again, because I feel like somebody here was abusing your kindness. We have the Devil reversed. You broke free from some kind of bondage, from the restriction, from a contract here that was not really benefiting you. It only benefited them. Again, no compromise. And I keep flipping to this imprisonment. Somebody here is getting in trouble. They think that something is over, but I don't think that it is over. And maybe you thought that this person was never going to get caught, but they are. You could have even filed a report, and maybe this person even, I'm hearing like that they even like went into hiding or tried to run away. But that's not going to happen. Queen of Pentacles reverse and Queen of Cups reverse. It's feminine energy here, male or female, but this is somebody here that is very entitled, very codependent. Somebody here who doesn't care. They have no compassion. They lack empathy. They don't recognize their own value, and they're unwilling to do things for themselves. They want a handout. They want to be taken care of. And maybe when you stopped giving them this handout, or when you were trying to give them that, I want to say a little bit of tough love at first, like, you know, I won't be able to always consistently do this for you all the time. It's like they took it as like you were coming for them, or that you were judging them, instead of taking it as you were trying to help them elevate, trying to help them be better, trying to help them come out of whatever energy that they're clearly in. You were trying to help them see their own value. Again, taking your kindness for granted. We're gonna get another deck here and see what is going on. Wow, I did not have a headache when I started this reading, and I'm starting to get a migraine, and I feel like this person here has just been giving you a headache. They wanted you to be confused. They didn't want you to see the truth of something. Something here about dirt digging. I don't know, it's like they were trying to weaponize information against you. We have haunted. Somebody here is haunted by some kind of memories, by some kind of trauma. They're haunted by their own bad reputation. It's coming back to bite them in the butt. Taurus, that's really what's happening. And it's like maybe they were even wanting to keep you. Hoping that you... Wow. It's like maybe they were even trying to use you and abuse, like this person didn't care for you, but maybe they even wanted you to like testify on their behalf. They wanted you to support them in that way. Until maybe some kind of official person presented you with some kind of evidence here. That allowed you to see the truth and be like, oh wow, so they wanted me to testify on their character. We have a broke ass. They wanted you to testify on their character, but then you found out they were doing it to you too. Something here about banks and money. I don't know if somebody here was like siphoning or transferring money out of your account, but maybe they were doing it in small increments, hoping that you wouldn't catch on. We have a drama starter. This is somebody here who starts drama when they don't get their way. It's given temper tantrum. Universe, tell us more for Taurus, please. Somebody here with fake smiles. I don't even think they were really your friend. We have a happiness hater. Somebody here who doesn't like seeing other people happy. Maybe because they're not happy. This is definitely a groupie here of some sort. Your light irritates their demons. You're too busy winning. Now they're stuck in their head. They have love on the brain. I don't even think it's real love. They're just trying to avoid the bad karma that is heading their way. There is some kind of photo proof. You have moved on, but somebody here has been looking you up and they are played out. They're played out. They don't have any new moves. They've done this over and over again, maybe to multiple different people, like I've said. This is somebody here who... You know, because when you're running the track, you're just running in circles. Somebody here has just been running in circles in life, maybe chasing their own tail. And maybe they don't like the fact that people walk away from them. I don't know, something here about you moving on, like, really upset them, really triggered them, because they were like, I thought we were in this together. I don't know if somebody here was, like, trying to trauma bond with you in some kind of way, and they wanted you to come save them. Is really what this is giving, and you're like, you know what? Something here has been costing you too much. And somebody sees that you're too busy winning, you're too busy elevating. There is some kind of photo proof, so there is some kind of evidence here about some kind of wrongdoing of somebody here who's played out. They don't have any other new tricks. They were not able to evolve. Somebody here who wanted you to give them money, and this is somebody here who's holding a grudge. They're holding a grudge because you walked away from them, and they can't stand that you're happy without them, so they wanted to make your life a living hell. Somebody here could even been trying to, like, maybe part of the stealing was stealing your work, or stealing something here that you worked hard for. They were definitely researching you, trying to get some kind of information to use against you. But at the same time, they wanted you to come save, like... Taurus, you really need to forgive yourself. I feel like I really need to say that. When it comes to dealing with, not everybody is like this. So when you encounter somebody who, when you have that kind heart and that good nature, when you encounter people who are in this energy, right, it's not easily spottable. You cannot easily spot it. I feel like they purposely chose you because of your kindness. Like, they felt like you would be easy prey, that you would probably never catch on. But the truth is that you did. You're being asked to dust this off at this time. Let them hold their grudge. I mean, they're going to be sitting behind bars with their grudge anyway, but at least they're not going to be able to do anything about it anymore. Just know that you are getting justice. Things are going to go in your favor. You will be recompensed. Unfortunately, you had to suffer first. But I feel like they went up against the wrong one. Maybe they were even able to get away with this before. But something here about you, God in the universe, was like, because I did say something here about an earth angel. You could identify as an earth angel, as a chosen one. We did have that Hierophant here. You are highly protected by Source, by the universe, by the divine. They chose the wrong one. I feel like you are taking this person down, and maybe that's why they're holding this grudge here. That's why they're holding the grudge. Now that's why they're even more angrier, because now you get to move on and be happier and be happy, and you're too busy winning, and now they're stuck in their head. And this whole fantasizing thing, like, this is creepy. This is really creepy energy. Like, make all of this, I'm really trying to make sense of this person. I don't know, this person can suffer from, I don't know, they're not all there in the head. They have a couple of screws loose. Let's just keep that real. And maybe they did a good job at trying to cover that up as that King of Pentacles sideways, at presenting a good image, at trying to uphold some kind of character here, but something here about their mask slowly started to crack. Because I feel like they started to push for more and more and more, and that's what this person does. But you were the wrong one to do it to, because I feel like at the end of the day, you were just their downfall, and that's why they're holding a grudge. And this is somebody here that you may have had a lot of respect for, that you may have had a lot of love for. Again, family, friend, lover, business partner, coworker, job, whatever. Somebody here who could even be trying to threaten you and intimidate you. Trying to use that fear with that strength reverse. And maybe that's why I felt this hesitation. They wanted you to be afraid. They wanted you to not speak up. But I feel like you felt the fear and you did it anyway. And that's why things are going to go in your favor. Universe, tell us more, please. Universe, tell us more for Taurus. Somebody is being kicked to the curb. They're being thrown right out. This could even be somebody here that you may have even been dating, right? And then come to find out, you know what, they were married to somebody else and they lied. Something here is falling apart, their whole plan, their whole lifestyle. The police are definitely involved. The police are definitely involved. Their whole plan is falling apart. And we did have that threatening energy as well. They're not going to get away with it. This is a bugaboo. This is somebody here who uses people. They use people for what they have, for a place to stay, for another meal. They use people for, I don't know, to maintain their lifestyle, to maintain their image, to uplift their ego. Getting played. Manipulation, lies, and control. Somebody here could even be undercover. Because maybe there's been a lot of reports of this person, maybe not even from you. This person could even have a rap sheet. They'd probably have done this before. Tantric sex. That's all they have to offer, apparently. That's all they know what to offer. Maybe they thought that that would just be enough, that you would fall for that spell. No, they know they fucked up. Yeah, they know they fucked up because they got caught. That's why they got caught. That's why they know they effed up. It's only because they got caught. Trying to fulfill a fantasy. Again, with that delusional love on the brain, fulfilling a fantasy. It was never love. It was lust. It was lust. It was gluttony. If this was a lover, or even if this was friends or a family member, I feel like everybody is catching on. Everybody's kicking them to the curb. Like, maybe they try to go back. If this is love, like, maybe they went back to their spouse, and now their spouse is kicking them out. Like, no, bitch, bye. Right? And if this is a family member or even a friend, right? Maybe they're going around to the other people, and they're like, no, no, no. I'm not letting you play this game with me, too, because maybe they've done that. Maybe they've done it to them, but maybe not so extreme. And they're like, you know what? I seen and I heard what you did to Taurus, and I'm not going to allow you to do it to me, too. Maybe that's why this person's holding a grudge, is because you told your story, even though you may have been afraid to. This could even be somebody here who might have even been, who held some kind of powerful position. We have a pregnancy test, and we have toxic. Somebody here is getting some kind of unsure results. Doesn't even have to be pregnancy. This could even be like, somebody could even call it like an STD or something. Universe, tell us more. We have investigating, love story, and outdated. Is this somebody here who knows what to say? They know all the right words. Once upon a time, they try to make it look so perfect with all that tantric sex that it was all love. They try to fluff it up. They're trying to say they hate nothing about you. They're all in their feelings. They're keeping a promise, but yet they're getting a room. They're doing things behind closed doors. They're doing things in secret. They only care about receiving pleasure. Outdated and played out. I mean, somebody here has been running by the same playbook their whole life. And maybe that's why they thought they were able to get away with it, because they've been doing it for so long with various different people. But something about you were their downfall. You were the one that they couldn't defeat. Universe, give us one more, please. There's definitely been some kind of investigation. Somebody here is definitely seeing the truth. You have some kind of emotional intelligence. That's what they didn't count on. They did not count on your maturity. We had that mature woman. They did not count on your maturity. It's interesting. I didn't realize that these had fallen down earlier. I did not see them until now. We have a marriage, and then we have journey in the reverse. This marriage could just have to do with some kind of contract. Somebody here is not going to be able to move forward. Maybe they thought they even got away with it. They thought they got away with something. We have fake friends, and we have a promiscuous person who's running away, but you have been protected sexually. You were protected this whole time. Something may have worked for a hot minute. It may have worked in the beginning. Somebody here was fake. They were acting like they really cared about you. They were acting like they were on your team, but they never were. Somebody here's not going to be able to move forward. They could have even promised you a relationship or promised you some kind of commitment, promised you some kind of equal give and take, but they didn't follow through with what they vowed. This could be a PI, or this could even be you that has done the investigation. Maybe you've accumulated evidence, and maybe you presented it to them and presented it to everybody else, to the whole group. We have a sleep around, a temptress, free for all, steal your man, steal your girl. And maybe something here about, maybe you were in a bad time in your life, or maybe you were, battling through depression, or, going through a bout of depression. Again, no judgment, right? But that's what these types of energies like to leech onto. They see people that they feel like they can victimize. Those that have those insecurities in a way that they can make those false promises and false vows and make themselves to feel like they're your savior. When in all actuality, they're just a bugaboo. A promiscuous one at that. That's all they know what to give. And that's all they feel like they have to give. That's all they feel like they're good at. They've never learned any other skills in life but how to use their wiener or how to use their cat. I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly, y'all. Things get worn out after a certain amount of time of you using it. I'm just saying. Universe, is there anything else for Taurus? What do they need to know at this time? We have feminine energy. This is the yin and yang deck, so it's going to give you the good and the bad. Feminine energy, we have intuitive, nurturing, creative. But we also have wounded, insecure, and victim. And like I said, maybe somebody saw that there were pieces of you that were unhealed and they tried to use that against you. But all it did was make you recognize it, and that's why you're in that hermit period. That's why you're healing those insecurities, because you're not going to be able to allow anybody to ever do this to you again, and nobody ever will. So, and now, in all actuality, they ended up doing you a favor. Unfortunately, it came with a lesson, Taurus, and it's not an easy one to learn. But you are very protected. You are very guided at this time. Assistance is here, divine guidance. There are signs and synchronicities around you, and there is a guardian here protecting you, giving you the strength to move forward. And that's why you're receiving this justice. That's why something is going to go in your favor. You could even have like an ancestor here that is heavily protecting you and heavily assisting you in the spirit world in order to keep this person accountable. They picked the wrong one, Taurus, when they came for you. They picked the wrong one. Why did I feel like I need to shuffle this again? Universe. We have a union, soulmate energy. And we have summer. This person could have been trying to actively block you from getting into a new union, from getting into a relationship that you are actually deserving of. They wanted you to settle. They wanted to feel like you were not going to get any better than them. And we have expansion. Don't allow this moment to define you, because I feel like there's something good here around the corner. Don't allow somebody else's mistakes to influence your decisions in the future. Like, take the lesson, learn the lesson, but don't think that everybody is like this person, because I don't think that it is. They wanted you to have a wounded inner child. They did. And maybe this person could have even been trying to run their mouth because they're holding a grudge, because they're being held accountable. Maybe they're even being put in prison, right? So, as their last act, right? Let me destroy Taurus's life. Let me destroy, their image. That's not going to work either. Because I feel like everybody's going to see right through it. It's going to be like, well, why are you even getting in trouble in the first place? As if people can't look up people's charges. We have freedom. You have broken free. There is a new cycle that is going to be coming to you. There is going to be a new cycle. You are going to enter a new timeline, a new direction. But do not be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't allow whatever happened to you to hold you back from something beautiful that's coming into your life. There's some expansion, and it's time for you to take action. Look at what you overcame, even though you were afraid then. You were heavily protected and heavily guided. And I feel like you are going to be surrounded with people here who are on your same frequency. This could be connecting with new friends, new lovers, right? Reconnecting with family members and people who maybe didn't once believe you in the past. But they too have learned a karmic lesson. There's a karmic lesson for everybody here involved. You are attracting good things. Mutual feelings. You're definitely going to be seeing eye to eye with people in this next phase in your life. Because you're no longer who you were before. Right? You're no longer a victim. You're going to be a survivor. And with that comes new knowledge and wisdom. I also feel like this person probably never thought that you were going to be able to heal and recover from this. But yet, here you are. You're going to be too busy winning. We saw that come out earlier. And I feel like that's going to piss this person off even more. We have the door of healing. It's like when they couldn't take from you anymore, they wanted to destroy you because you held them accountable. You did the right thing. That's messed up. Universe. What doors are available to Taurus at this time? The door of love and the door of healing. We have affection, romance, passion, devotion, tenderness, recovery, restoration, renewal, rehabilitation, and comfort. Somebody wanted you down and out. They wanted you miserable. They wanted you to feel how they are feeling. But you're not going to let them get that. You're not going to let them win that way either. And don't let them. We have the door of dreaming. Your wishes are coming true. Visions, goals, desires. I feel like this also showed you what you didn't want anymore. And it's leading you to what it actually you do want. And we have the door of creativity. We have imagination, expression, vision, and inspiration, and innovation. You're able to create whatever you want to create now because you've tapped into new knowledge, new information. And something here about having more self-worth and self-respect. And I'm not saying that you didn't before. But again, I feel like there was something here about your innocence that somebody just thought that you were naive and they wanted to use that against you. But unfortunately, in the world that we live in, right? There are bad actors out there. And unfortunately, I feel like you encountered one. But it only pushed you further into your truth, into the depth of who you really are. And it's leading you to bigger and better things. I also feel like you're going to be appreciating this new love, this new next phase of your life because of where you've been. And that's going to make it all that more special. We're going to be using the Scrabble tiles. We're going to see what comes out. You can take this as confirmation or additional messages, so we'll see what's going on. It's going to get loud, so I do apologize. Universe, any final messages and confirmations here for Taurus, please? Any final messages and confirmations for Taurus, please? Excuse me. We have 99, 98, 57, 64. Take these numbers however they resonate for you. It could be the year somebody was born. It could be somebody's age. We have 25. We have 100, 33, 68. Someone's name could be Dan, Daniel, Danielle. Number 52. Number 38. We have the number 30. The number 74. Number 80. Someone's name could be Mel, Melissa, Melanie. Number 61. Number 75. You guys got a lot of numbers here. Something here to do with accounting. I don't know if you guys were even dealing with an accountant that was trying to, like, swindle you. Someone's name could be Ash. Someone's name could be Ashley. Something here about Ra. Ra, the sun god or something. The number 14. Someone's name could be Andre. Or Dre, or Drea. Someone's name could be Andy, Andrew. Something here about Oregon. Something here about somebody retweeting something. Or trying to repost something. Someone's name could be Sam, Samantha. Someone's name could be Ryan. Someone's name could be Fran, Francis, Francine. Something about gin. Maybe somebody here likes to drink gin, or they drink a lot. Someone's name could be Ginny. Someone here definitely ran away when the going got tough. Something here about a rabbit. Something about Abbott. Maybe somebody's last name is Abbott. Someone's name could be Ray, Raymond. Someone's name could be Lori. Or something here about REM sleeping. Maybe somebody here didn't want you to have a full night's rest. They wanted you like worried or something, wanting you scared. Done. Something here about Dunkin'. I don't know if somebody here works for Dunkin' Donuts or something. Someone's last name could be Mata. Someone here could sow, or something here about sowing seeds. Someone's name could be Dixon. Someone's name could be Ginny. I don't know if I said that. Someone here is dumb. They did something stupid they probably shouldn't have done. We have a lot of E's here. Somebody's initial could have an E in it, first, last, or middle. Someone's name could be Sue, Susan, or somebody here knows that they're getting sued. Something here about an MD, something here about a doctor. Or somebody has been trying to doctor information. Someone's name could be Fiona. Something about a DSM. I don't know if somebody here is a therapist or a psychologist even. The DSM is a diagnostic manual that they use to diagnose. Maybe somebody here put in the wrong diagnosis or something, or they were trying to, I don't know, exacerbate something. Someone's name could be Nina. Someone's name could be Zane. Something about a reverend. Something about Washington, maybe the state of Washington. Something here about Tut, King Tut. Maybe somebody here is from Egyptian descent, or they're really fascinated with Egypt. We have Fung. I don't know what that could be somebody's last name, Fung. Or something here about a fungus. I don't know if somebody's like leeching off of you like a fungus or something. Someone here could be a felon. Maybe somebody here already has a rap sheet. Maybe somebody was not honest about their past. Or somebody is going to be charged with a felony. There's definitely a rat here. Somebody here could have ratted this person out. Someone's name could be Rory. Something here about M. Maybe somebody here is a fan of Eminem. Someone's name could be Harvey. Someone's name could be Xander. Someone's name could be George. Something about MIT. Somebody here wanted you quiet. They were trying to render you mute. They didn't want you to speak. They probably thought that you would never speak out. Dia is day. It's Portuguese for days, so something here about a day, within a day, or something's happening within a day. Someone's last name could be Lima, or something about lima beans, or lima beans. Someone's name could be Vivian. Something about DSW, something about shoes. Someone's last name could be Giles. I think there's an E in that. Something about somebody's mom. Something to do here with someone's nana. Something here about a rig. I don't know if somebody here is a trucker, or somebody here was trying to rig something in their favor. Someone's last name could be Wong. Or Wu. Something here about a Zong. I believe that's a high-end, like, pipe maker for, like, weed smokers. Somebody here could be a pothead. Something here about somebody's toe. I don't know. Something here about somebody's toe. Or maybe they wanted you to stub your toe, or maybe you recently stubbed your toe. I don't know. Someone's name could be Trey. Somebody here could be a fan of the band The Fray or something. You're definitely finding something. You're finding something out. Something is gonna be found out. Someone's name could be Tony. Someone's name could be Tony. Someone's last name could be Avery. Something here about a bat. Maybe somebody here does things at night. Maybe they thought they were never going to be caught. Or someone here is a night owl. Someone's name could be Hans. Someone's name could be David. Something here about Texas. Something here about Tennessee. Something here about Wisconsin. Someone's name could be Tam, Tammy, Tamara. Somebody here is really wishing, like, you know, bad things. I don't want to say this out loud. Maybe that's what they wanted you to, maybe that's what they wanted to happen to you. Maybe they were trying to off you in some kind of way. Someone's name could be Vinny, or something here about somebody's VIN number, or maybe a stolen car or something. Maybe that's what they were trying to alter. Something here about AA. I don't know, maybe somebody here needs to go to AA. Maybe somebody here is an alcoholic with all that gin that they drink. All I have for this. Something about avid. I don't know, somebody here is very avid at something, or something even to do with a video. There's some kind of video evidence, or somebody here was trying to video you into something. Maybe somebody could have even been trying to secretly video you while y'all were intimate, and you didn't even know about it, and maybe they were making money off of that. That's creepy. Something here about a ram. A ram, like a Ram truck. Like, isn't that from Dodge? A Dodge Ram or something? We're going to close this out with an affirmation. And an oracle. Excuse me. Universe, please give us an affirmation. For Taurus, please. Okay, you guys have 2 of them. We have no need to do in peacefulness. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes. But in terms of my life path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do laundry. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property. I'm going to keep it that way. So we can all keep enjoying it, and I can get my security deposit back. This just strengthened and fortified your boundaries. Maybe you're not so easily trusting anymore, right? You're not so easily giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes that's the way that it has to be, because until you can understand people's intentions and motives, you're not going to allow anybody to come in and bring in drama and mess up a good thing that you have going on. Universe, tell us more, please. Give us one final message for Taurus. Final message for Taurus. All right. Please give us one final message for Taurus. We have capacity to love, 34. It takes courage to open up and heal areas of deep vulnerability. Each human individual is created with a profound longing to feel loved. Out of this need for love, you may exaggerate and parade your fascinating qualities, while masking your weaknesses or fears. If you are not committed to looking at your root issues, you will feel disconnected from your true self. Take a moment to look at how you are handling yourself. Are you being open and honest? Are you withdrawing from a situation? Are you masking a problem with some sort of avoidance tactic, such as shopping, drinking, or eating excessively? Are you holding grudges? When your heart is open, you will find that your actions tend to match your words. You rarely get offended. You are emotionally available. When your heart is open, you truly take responsibility for who you are and what your beliefs are. You love yourself more completely. Conflict resolves more easily, and you have a desire to live in harmony with others. Ganesha's trunk represents the ability to consider how you are perceiving the situation, which is significant in your spiritual growth. An elephant's trunk is an important appendage that is used in its day-to-day functioning. It serves to remove trees and other large obstacles, as well as for more fiddly tasks such as breaking open fruits to eat. An elephant has the capability to handle a range of tasks from minute ones to those requiring great strength. In this way, Ganesha's trunk is an emblem of his great intelligence and his extraordinary capacity for love. Rely on your own vast array of abilities to tackle your problems and know that Ganesha is supporting you in the process. Somebody really wanted to damage your heart. When you held them accountable, or even if you are in the process of going through court and holding them accountable for what they did, they wanted this to ruin your heart. They wanted this to distort you. Don't allow them to win. Don't allow them to rob that from you too. And that is what I have for y'all, Taurus. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.